From Woodbury Country Club, Comcast Channel 5 presents the championship round of the 26th annual Gloucester County Amateur Golf Tournament. Hi everybody, I'm Bob Shryock along with Shawn Leary from Woodbury Country Club. A gorgeous day for the finals of the 26th County Amateur. And Shawn, they are going to play to a tough 18th green. This is a hole, of course it's a 9-hole golf course. This is the 9th and the 18th hole. We're going to watch play in the 18th with the leaders coming in. And Shawn, they have a tough pin placement to shoot to.
Well, this is probably one of the toughest 18th hole pin placements that we've seen here on Channel 5 in this tournament. It's about 9 feet from the front edge of the green. So you're looking at a shot coming in as an approach where you really have to land it and stick it. And the greens are soft. I mean, they are going to stick and hold, but it's a tough shot. You really have to get that thing to land. These guys are pretty good golfers. We have some good golfers out there. They have the capabilities of being able to get about 130, 140 yards out coming in and being able to stick some of the approaches. We've already seen a couple of good shots as they started.
Well, the good news is the course is in magnificent shape and the greens are very receptive to those high arcing shots coming into 18. Charlie Clark is the superintendent here at Woodbury. He's done a magnificent job as always. These greens are lightning fast. Shawn, you do not want to be behind the pin here in 18. Going downhill, it's almost impossible to stop the ball before it rolls off the green.
Well, you're right. I mean, for some of us amateurs, we'd look at this hole and say, forget it, there's no chance of us staying on the green coming back down. But it also goes right to left a little bit, and we're going to see that as the tournament goes on. You're going to see a lot of right to left putts. Guys are going to have to bend it a little bit, so it's going to be nice to see some of these putts go in. A little bit more excitement maybe is if some. I like tough pin placements because it really, everyone's got to shoot at the same one, right? So everyone's got the opportunity to either birdie or par or get that putt to go down, and it's just going to be difficult to get it, but when you do get it, that's going to separate the men from the boys.
We're going to see some of the elite golfers not only in Gloucester County but in all of South Jersey today. Of course, this tournament is a 36-hole event. 18 holes were played Friday, the final 18 today, and if there's a playoff, it will be right here on the 18th hole at Woodbury, and you'll see that on Channel 5. The first round co-leaders, Bill Gibbons, who happens to be the tournament chairman, Shawn, and Bill did a great job with all he's had on his mind to go out and shoot even par 70 on this very difficult golf course yesterday was quite an accomplishment. Tied in that first round by a new guy to us in this tournament, Bob Cisowski, who plays out of Running Deer and in Town and Country in Salem County. Bob also shot an even par 70. But Shawn, there's 6 or 7 guys with a chance to overcome them in the final round. And what's really interesting to me is to see the influx of young players in this tournament.
Yeah, we've been seeing that over the last couple of years. In fact, one of the guys that just finished up here on 18, Joey April, who really got that going a couple of years ago. Joe, the youngest player to ever win the Gloucester County Championship. He's in college now. He's doing a little co-op program, but this is a kid who started getting the ball rolling. We started seeing a little bit more of the younger kids coming out. We have guys who are still in high school, some seniors out there, PJ Ty and also Ryan Cass from Gloucester Catholic.
Yeah.
We saw them make the turn earlier. And it's nice to see that because, again, when you have guys like them, and I know Danny Ott plays in this, the kid from Woodstown, and there's a couple kids that are in this tournament, that knows, you know that's going to continue, that the tradition of the Gloucester County and the golf in the county and also in Salem County is not stable, but it's also rising. There's a lot of kids out there playing golf.
And of course the competition is keen because you mentioned Ott. Ott did not make the cut. That's how tough this tournament is. The cut was 80, and I was surprised Shawn was that low because of how difficult the course is set up to play. Joe Russo, of course, is a defending champion. The Washington Township policeman shot a 76 in his first round on Friday. Did not play particularly well in the front 9 today and probably is not going to be a factor in this tournament, but a great player nonetheless. Joe Russo, of course. Ed Anton Jr. has won this tournament 7 times, Shawn, in 3 different decades, and he had 76, has been battling health problems and also will not be a factor today. So we could see a brand new winner of this tournament this year.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Like you said, what's fun about it is if you're putting well, if your short game's going well, you have a real good chance to win. And these guys today, it's not the one who hits it longest, it's not the one who's driving well or the approach shot that's coming in. It's all about the short game. Are you dropping putts and are you able to chip? And we have a good indication here on 18 who's doing well, because really this is one of the toughest holes on the course, especially where that pin is. We're going to probably see some nice shots here on 18.
And we're going to see a lot of 4 putts probably today,
we'll
too.
See some made ones too, yeah.
Because the golfers have been telling me that putting has been the big bugaboo for them. They just can't get the ball in the hole. the cuts will lip out because the greens are putting so fast. But the course, as I said, is just in magnificent shape. Of course, Dale Kwok is an interesting guy in this tournament, Sean. He won the senior tournament the other day, and they have a new eligibility rule now. You can play in both the seniors and the regular event. And Dale, of course, is a New Zealander who plays out of Woodbury Country Club. Very interesting guy. Another interesting name in the field today, Glenn Foley, who was a quarterback for the New York Jets, of course, out of Cherry Hill. So a lot of interesting people in this event.
And Glenn Foley, we also listen to him now on 950 AM.
Yeah, that's right.
He's starting to become a voice here in the South Jersey area. Of course, he knows a little bit about football, but also we saw him last year. Not a bad golfer, and I think we're going to see a lot of guys who have the potential to come out here. And again, it's all about putting. If you're chipping well, you're dropping a couple in, anybody can win, which makes it fun today.
Sean, your game, of course, is improving to the point where we expect to see you in this tournament the next couple of years.
I'm probably in the next 10, 15, 20 years, I think I got a shot.
Okay, we got some great golf coming up. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Bob Shryock and Shawn Leary back at the 18th hole at Woodbury Country Club. Gorgeous day for the championship round of the Gloucester County Amateur Tournament. 38 players made the cut, 36 plus ties. One of the largest finals field we've ever had for this tournament. This tournament started 26 years ago by Richard Bellotti, who was publisher of the Gloucester County Times. And Shawn Leary, of course, is sports editor of the Times, and his newspaper does a great job covering golf. That was the left-hander Bill Neller. The only left-hander in the field, Sean. Feel good about that being left-handed?
Yeah, you being a southpaw yourself, right? It was a nice shot from where he was. He was able to stick it about the middle of the green. He's going to have about a 15-footer maybe.
This group consists of Paul Corona, Neller, Glenn Foley, the former Jet quarterback, and Bud Carr, who's played in this tournament probably almost all of the 26 years.
That was a nice shot, too.
Corona and Neller with first-round scores of 80, Foley with a 79, and Bud Carr with a 78.
Foley's really, he's a pretty good athlete if he's able to play quarterback in the NFL, Bob. And you see a lot of athletes, right? I mean, you see a lot of hockey players, baseball players, football players.
A lot of hockey players are great golfers, Sean. I think it's that slap shot. Yeah, that swing.
Maybe that, and they have nothing else to do after they retire with all that money. Except go out and play golf.
That's Bill Neller, a great athlete in his day at Paulsboro High School. Sean, 1,000-point basketball scorer at Paulsboro High School. Played in the senior division and played yesterday, made the cut for the first time. He's so proud of that. So Bill Neller with a great tournament, shooting 80 in his first round.
Yeah, you're right. For some guys, it's not about winning the tournament. It might be about making the cut or just putting together your best round, either here at Woodbury Country Club or your best round ever. I know with me, sometimes when we go out, like my mom or my aunts will say, did you beat him? And talking about my brother, did Darren beat me? And for me with golf, it's never about playing against the other person. It's always playing against yourself.
Yeah. That was Glenn Foley with a shot that I'm sure he'd rather have over again. That is not a good downhill putt. He's facing him.
No.
This pin placement is, I would call this semi-diabolical, but knowing my buddy Charlie Clark, not surprising because he loves tough greens for these guys. He loves to protect the integrity of the golf course and has done a magnificent job getting this course ready. And of course, he was also the superintendent at the Eagles Nest when we used to have the tournament there many, many years. So Charlie has had a lot of involvement with this tournament over a lot of years.
I'm telling you, there's something about it. I love watching some of the harder courses that the pros play at where they struggle and you see them trying to hit it out and they hit it about 10 feet in front of them. Just makes it look like, they look just like you. You know what they're going through. I love when you see a tough pin placement or a tough course. again, because everyone plays the same hole. No one's playing any different flags or anything. You're playing the same pin placement, so everyone's got the shot. And some people complain about it. I think they should just worry about their own game and try to become better, so it's not a problem for them.
This is a very difficult putt facing Bill Neller putting downhill. Just to be able to keep this ball on the green is an accomplishment because of the speed of the green going down. This is a very difficult green no matter where the pin placement is. And as Shawn said, this is only 9 feet from the front of the green, the cup.
Just rolls past.
See it goes
how far
right off the
that'll go?
green, right off the green.
Yeah, now he's got an uphill putt coming up, but nonetheless, it's not an easy uphill putt. Nope. Who we say was in this group? Did we?
Paul Corona is putting now. He is a Woodbury Country Club member. He shot 80 in the first round, and he's kind of a new name in the tournament, and good to have Paul qualify. A lot of Woodbury Country Club players made the cut. There are a lot of fine players out of this golf course.
And we said we're Glenn Foley's in this group?
Glenn Foley is the one that he just hit the ball past the cup and then quickly putted downhill. He doesn't look like he's real happy right now. This is Neller again. Now see his 9-footer left. I know because I stepped this off. And that is a great 2-putt by Bill Neller. I mean, a terrific 2-putt. Shaking hands, the round is over. This is Corona. Thought Bud Carr was in this group. He is not. Carr did qualify with a 78. Not in this group. I tell you, those greens are lightning shine. He just tapped that ball.
Yeah. I was ready to say bottoms up for Corona.
Very good.
But didn't get to go down.
That was a left to right break on that putt, of course. And left. Foley not in this group, we understand.
No, I didn't think so. Unless he aged very rapidly over the last year. I didn't want to. Thought maybe you knew something that I did.
Well, the starter
we were given bad information.
Starter sheet that I have had Foley in this group. Next group coming up is Rocky Dare, Steve Kaczynski, and Gil Moniz Jr., all shooting 79, 9 over par in the first round.
Yeah, I think Foley might have been in that final group, Bob. I'm with Bill Givens.
No, he was not, because he shot 79 in the first round. This is Kaczynski, the former tournament chair with Steve Anashevsky, longtime Woodbury Country Club player.
Pretty
good shot by Kaczynski. He'll have a tough putt, of course. They're all tough on the screen, but leaves it about 15 feet to the left of the hole.
These guys are about 130 yards. About 130 yards out, maybe. So this is about a wedge coming in. So they're able to get some loft on it.
That's Gil Moniz Jr., one of the long hitters in the area. He's a good player, real good player.
Long on that too. Unfortunately for him, that's
going to be a tough putt. Rolls just off the green. He's not like that too much, but Gil's had a good career here at Woodbury Country Club. Kind of a late blooming player. He's just become a really good player in the last 5-6 years. Kind of guy, he's still a young guy, might win this tournament someday.
Bob, what do these guys think? I know there's some pretty good players are playing some different tournaments. You asked them what they thought of this tournament and how it ranks in some of the tournaments that they play during the summertime.
Well, I think it's looked upon now, Shawn, as a tournament that brings out the best players in the area. The only really great players who do not play in this are Mike Tash and Billy McGinnis, both of whom used to be members here at Woodbury Country Club, and both of whom have kind of either a Delaware Valley focus or even a national focus in amateur events. They don't play in this. McGinnis is a former champion, and so is Tash, but you rarely see them anymore. But other than that, we get a lot of great young players in this tournament, and it's a very balanced field as well.
But Tash and McGinnis, if you're talking about golf in Gloucester County, those two are among the best
Absolutely.
right now in the game.
Absolutely.
They play in the Philadelphia Section PGA, correct?
They play in amateur events in the Philadelphia area. Tash has won a number of top events in Philadelphia, and so is McGinnis. Of course, McGinnis is a member at Pine Valley. This is Muniz with a very tough chip. This ball will break hard coming down the hill. Watch the break. Runs it past. He's going to have a difficult up and down for par from there. That's Gil Muniz Jr. And this chipping is going to be Rocky Dare. We missed Rocky's chip. There it is. He'll have about a 3-footer left. It's not going to be an easy putt. That's going to be a nail biter right there. 80 was the cut. The cut at Woodbury has been as high in the past as 83 or 84, but 80 this time, I think that's an indication, going back to what you asked, Shawn, about the quality of play improving too. A lot of Woodbury Country Club players making the cut for this tournament among the 38 players today.
And you add some of the kids also now that are shooting lights out. Indication of some of the kids is Cass and Ty making the cut this year, and that's pretty nice to see when you get these young kids who are still in high school able to compete with some of these veterans.
Kaczynski putting for birdie. It's had a nice tournament.
Little right to left bend.
How he just tapped that ball. Look at that. Look at the roll he's getting. Cigar in mouth. Just missing. That's a good putt by Kaczynski, so I'm a tap in for his par.
Comes up styling too, huh? He had the cigar in his mouth. He's got the glasses working for him. He's hoping to get an endorsement deal out of this Channel 5 thing.
When Steve Aniszewski took over as chairman from me 6 years ago, Kaczynski stepped up and did a lot to help too, and he's been a very important factor in how this tournament, I think, is really improved over the years. Good putt by Muniz for a par.
There's a lot of good people that are involved. Bill Givens is a guy who's taken a lot of pride into taking over this tournament. I know he calls us quite often at the Gloucester County Times and trying to get us to be a part of it, getting some stories in there. He does a great job with that.
Good up and down by Rocky Dare. So all three golfers in this pairing make pars in the last hole. They shake hands, and their participation in the 2006 Gloucester County Amateurs history. We used to have a pretty good crowd at the 18th hole. Some of the spectators at the golf course now are out on the course with their favorite groups.
That's the crowd right there, though. They only got one out there right now. They'll start shuffling in though soon, Bob.
We've had some great weather for this tournament the last couple of years. It looks like it's going to hold up today too.
Lucky it wasn't last weekend.
Well,
Wasn't last weekend the
Ernesto.
Yeah, Ernesto.
Yeah. Greg Molyneux is in this group. He, of course, is a former Pittman High School golfer, a longtime Pittman resident. Shot 78 the first time he's made the cut at the amateur, and he's had a great tournament. He said this is probably the best round he had at Woodbury with that 78 yesterday, playing with John Alioso and John Goff, both of whom shot 79s in their first round.
Gonna come up short here.
Was not an easy fairway trap shot at all.
Molyneux's a relatively young guy.
Greg can really hit the ball.
up a little short. That's tough too because now you got the little pitch.
Yeah, that's almost an impossible pitch from back there, Shawn. You got the trap to negotiate, and then you only got 9 feet to the cup from the fringe, and that is a very difficult shot. I've seen a lot of tough pin placements for the finals of this tournament, but I think this is probably as difficult as any I've seen.
When you got to get that little alien lob wedge, Bob, and basically got to hope to bring it up, down, and stick it right close to the pin if you're there. Otherwise, you're looking at legitimate bogey because chances are you're going to two-putt.
Molyneux playing with John Goff, John Alioso. Of course, these golfers understand they made the cut at 80, but they would need a miracle round in the finals to overtake the leaders. They're probably not going to place, they're not going to win it, but I think, the whole thing with this tournament, Shawn, has become making the cut. Everybody wants to make the cut so they can play on Saturdays around. And frankly, they like being on television.
Right.
It's kind of neat. But
hey, your kids will see you, grandkids, your brother, whoever it is, somebody will see you. Especially if you make a great shot, you look like you know what you're doing out there. This would be a great shot if he's able to get this on. This, what he's doing here is
trying to run it up.
Yeah, he's trying to run it up. Wasn't able to get enough on it, but he probably had an unplayable lie there, right, Bob? There was probably right next to the car path or something, and then you get a chance, a club length
drop.
A club length drop. Basically, you don't want to rip your clubs up hitting against the cart path. And since it's a man-made object, you wouldn't be allowed to do that, let's say, when you're up against a tree. Sometimes you may see Tiger Woods at the PGA event, and he's got a crazy swing. And he's got to get like right next to the tree, and he's able to knock it on the green, and people go nuts. Well, he's not allowed to drop it there, but if you're next to maybe a stake or something that was put on the course that's man-made, then
That's Greg Molyneux with the shot, and he's going to have a very tough putt to save par.
That's what we're saying is, if you come up short on here and you got a little pitch up, you're probably not going to be able to drop it in there.
John Alioso. Now this is a tough shot. We just described the shot. He's got to get under this ball. Oh, he does the flop,
little flop.
Great flop shot by. Oh, that is a tremendous golf shot. Best shot we've seen so far. That's the Phil Mickelson favorite shot. That was not as easy as he made it look, Shawn. I guarantee you that.
No.
I'm not even sure you could have gotten that ball that close, Shawn.
Oh yeah, I could have.
I guess you could. But that was a great golf shot.
Maybe with his hands, his arms, his swing, if I had those things, I'd be able to do it.
And he'll have a tough putt too. So Molyneux and Goff are going to have difficult putts downhill to save par.
And you can see too, you can see where it's going to bend a little bit. And when you're talking about bending, it's going to bend a little right to left. So you want to play your putt to the right of the hole, and then what it'll do is it'll fade right back into there to the left, and hopefully it drops for you. And if it doesn't, you're probably rolling past it.
Now, what do you notice about Molyneux, Shawn?
Well, he putts left-handed and he hits right-handed.
Very good.
And he's got a nice pair of khaki shorts on. He's also got the goatee. Anybody playing golf with a goatee's all right by me. See how that took off on him.
Oh boy, his greens are just lightning fast. He's still got a tough 4-footer left. Golf for par. Or no, not for par, for bogey.
He's got the name for the sport, right?
Yeah.
That's Goff as in G-O-F-F, right? Not G-O-L-F.
G-O-F-F. This is what you call a tester, this putt. Good putt by Greg.
I like he
bogey.
just went up and just hit it. Sometimes if you think about it a little too much, at least I know when I play, when I think too much, forget it. There's no chance of it dropping. When you just go up and kind of, you know what line you want to hit, you go up and you hit it, mess with your strokes.
I don't think John wants to see this replay on television.
No, no. He's hoping we get a little technical difficulty somewhere.
Now that is a great 4. We are watching the finals of the 26th Gloucester County Amateur from Woodbury Country Club. We'll be back with more after this. We're looking down the 18th fairway at Woodbury Country Club. This is the group of Kevin Ewell, Bob Dilks, and Tom Ailstock. Bob Shryock with Shawn Leary at WCC, and we're in the championship round of the 26th Gloucester County Amateur. The defending champion Joe Russo, and up as we see that tee shot go in the sand trap. Joe is not going to repeat unless he has a course record back 9 today, but great champion last year here at Woodbury Country Club, Joe Russo. And very good possibility, Shawn, we're going to see a new champion crowned today. This is a tournament, of course, has been dominated, we've mentioned, by Ed Anton Jr., who's won 7 times, and Leo Gluting, who's won 4 times. So they've won 11 between them of the previous 25 championships.
Yeah, and I don't think over the next 10 to 15 years we're going to see anybody that's going to dominate the way Ed Anton does, just because I think more people are playing golf. There's better golfers today maybe than there was as far as a collective group. As you say, the cut keeps on getting smaller and smaller each year as far as that number goes, Bob. So, you know, we start seeing some different champions, and it's kind of neat to see that, because then you get a chance for everyone to win.
Kevin Ewell, Bob Dilks, and Tom Ailstock in this group all shot 78 in the first round. Of course, Kevin Ewell, a Pittman High School grad and a former teammate of Greg Molyneux, who we just saw in the previous group. And Kevin has been involved in the golf industry. Bob Dilks is an interesting guy, Shawn. He is plays in the senior event now, and he's a guy that caddies at Pine Valley, is a member here at Woodbury Country Club, and has played in this tournament, I think, virtually every year we've had. He's just been a tremendous supporter of this event. I think somebody might have lost one to the right here. That is Kevin Ewell, Pittman High School grad, waiting to hit his shot.
We got somebody coming out of the sand, I think, over there. The bunker, yep.
His hand, I believe that's Bob Dilks. Dilks almost holed out for eagle in his first 9 here.
This is a tough shot here.
Looked like he had a really tough lie. Oh, that is a tremendous shot by Dilks. Guy can play, I'll tell you, Shawn. He's one of the really unsung players in Gloucester County. That was a great trap shot, fairway trap shot. You get the ball on the green from a fairway trap.
Yeah, it's about 145 yards, maybe 140.
Yeah,
140 yards coming out of the trap. Puts it in about the middle of the green, so that is a pretty good shot. Now, we got another shot here. This is, I think you're right. I think this one's coming out.
This is Tom Ailstock. Haven't seen a birdie since we've been on television, but I saw a couple earlier in the day when I was watching the field go through the front 9. Of course, this is a 9-hole course. They have a number of multiple greens, different tees. It, of course, has the impression of being more than a 9-hole course, Shawn. They do a really great job in that respect. It's a tight little golf course. It's some of the greens are very small, although this one is not small. But they really do a great job of creating the impression that it's more than 9 holes.
Yeah, you get different looks from the different tee boxes. You might play the same par 3, however, you got a tee box that's set off that's 180 yards. You hit it earlier. It's 160 yards. It's definitely a different look. You're using a different club.
This is ale stock. Just getting some great camera work, aren't we, Shawn? Look at that. That is a terrific golf shot. It's about 8 feet short of the cup, and that is an excellent shot.
And if you come up short, Bob, too, what you can do is you can be a little bit more aggressive. Coming down the hill, you're going to have to tap, and we've seen that already, where you're tapping and you're just hoping it doesn't go past the hole. If you're coming up the hill, you can be a little bit more aggressive. You don't want to leave it short there, and it's for golfers, people who don't know the sport too much, you really want to try and give yourself an opportunity to putt uphill on most occasions.
Not sure why they're waiting out there. Kevin getting ready to hit, but he's...
Somebody just hit from the green on 2, I believe. Is that 2 over there, that green?
That's 2 green, correct.
Yeah, so I guess it would be considered 11 right now. Somebody is on the 11th green. Just came from this foursome.
Kevin Ewell with the shot. He might have
short. No?
Pulled it a little bit, but it's going to work out okay. He's getting a nice roll. Look at this ball roll. Good shot by Kevin. Kevin has really improved his game in recent years.
I thought that came up short, and that was perfect.
Replaces his divot like all good golfers should.
Yep. Actually, all golfers should do that. Should repair their ball marks. Should replace their divots. Nothing frustrates me more, Bob, when I see a ball mark on the green that's been left from somebody, because we all go on the course again. We all play on the greens, and even if you don't play on there much, you want to make sure when you come back that you have a nice green to play on. Nothing frustrates somebody more when you have a putt that you're going right after the hole, and it gets little bumps because somebody just didn't feel like bending over.
They must be delaying driving the carts out of there because of the leaders putting on the 11th green, Shawn. The only thing I can figure is they haven't moved.
Yeah, they're doing that now. Yeah, but they're also, before that, there was somebody that was over there that hit up, and if you can see there's 4 balls on the green, and somebody who's, I believe the one to the left there, was hit over from that number 11 green. I don't know which one that was. I just seen the ball come flying over the trees.
Huh.
But I can't emphasize that enough, Bob. Nothing frustrates me more when somebody doesn't repair their ball marks.
Golfers who do not adhere to the etiquette of the game.
If you ever let me catch you doing that, if you ever see me and I catch you doing that on the golf course, expect some words from me. Expect some words from me. I think most golfers feel the same way too, and I think a lot of people really do take care of it. But
in some Scandinavian countries, Shawn, you cannot get on a golf course until you pass an etiquette test. I think it's a great idea.
So do I. I mean, some of the golf rules I think are a little goofy and maybe out of touch and out of date. But the one thing I can certainly agree on is keeping the golf course in good shape. If you can't help do that, and if you don't help take care of it, I don't think you should be allowed to play. Either that or you get whacked in the shins with a 9-iron.
Well, Shawn, somehow this group went from a threesome to a foursome. That's why there are 4 balls on the green. I have Ewell, Dilks, and Ailstock, but for the life of me, we don't have the 4th guy on our list. This is Dilks putting. He has a tough downhill putt. He's a very good putter.
Who's in the yellow cap here? I think whoever's in that yellow cap's the new one.
Bob Dilks.
He's got the white. I always call it the boxer hat. I love that type of hat.
Look at this ball break. That's a
Not-
great putt. Look at this putt. Look at this.
Oh,
Oh,
there
come
we
on,
go.
ball. Come on. Great putt by Dilks.
It's a par for Bob, right?
Yes. Out of the trap.
Yeah, that's a nice par.
Takes his time. Taps it in. Good tournament for Bob Dilks. Dilks shot 39 in the front nine after the 78 yesterday. This is Kevin Ewell. Chance for birdie. You haven't seen one yet.
Kevin Ewell's one of the younger golfers, right, in this tournament?
You know, Kevin's been out of school for some time now. He was,
Young like me is what I'm saying, you know.
yeah, that young.
I consider myself young. Now, who's this?
Well, that's our mystery golfer.
I think that's Glenn Foley. I'm going to say that's Glenn Foley. That's my call.
Well, this is definitely Kevin Ewell.
Yep. This is tough here. This is not an easy putt.
This will go left to right.
Ooh. That's a hard one to read.
And this is not an easy putt coming back. He'll have to take his time on this one.
It flattens out a little bit where he is. But you're right. It's that's something where you just want to go up and you want to give it a little bit of thought.
Did it with authority. Gets his par. Nice par. Good finish for Kevin Ewell.
Yeah, he had a nice approach coming in.
This is for a 3. Looking for our first birdie.
Yes.
And he gets it. Nice job.
Nice shot. Again, that's a little bit easier putt, Bob. When you leave it short, you can be a little bit more aggressive, although that one goes left to right a little bit where he was putting it. But you can just be a little bit more aggressive.
Now we're going to see the defending champion coming up, 18, Joe Russo, a policeman in Washington Township, a great former athlete at West Deptford High School, playing with Bill Miller, one of the really fine amateurs in the area, and Jim Sousa. That's Miller under the branch in the trap. Billy Miller, a fine player. Long-time Pittman resident. Good shot by Miller. He's going to have a nightmare putt coming downhill, but it's nonetheless a good shot from where he was. Sosa birdied his hole the first 9. Shawn, I watched him make about a 15-foot putt. This is Joe Russo. Joe, of course, the defending champion. He's played well in this tournament in recent years. Not happy with his 77 yesterday. But Joe's won a lot of events in the Delaware Valley. He's one of the really great players and one of the real long hitters as well.
Yeah, he can get after it. He really hits the ball well, and we'll soon be seeing his son.
This is Jim Sosa.
We're already starting to see him in some of his tournaments, but in a few years we'll be seeing his son in that Washington Township High School. He is, if he does go to Township, because he is one heck of a golfer.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good shots in this hole.
Yeah, it is a good shot. Yeah, you're right,
They're
Bob.
playing that the way that ball funnels down to that cup very, very, very well.
Well, one of the things is when you do have a 9-hole course, even though they may be playing off the tee box. This is the fourth time they've seen this hole. Maybe not the same pin placement, but you do know, and you do get familiar with the hole. A lot of guys are members here as well.
Probably a sand wedge for
That looks
Russo.
good.
Good shot by Joe. Look at that backing up.
That is a nice shot.
Got such a nice swing.
We have a couple legitimate putts for birdie.
Well, let's try to talk to Joe Russo when he finishes 18, Shawn. He's been one of the really great amateur players for a long, long time in the area. And I know winning the championship last year meant a lot to him.
Yeah, it did. In fact, I think his son is coming out to meet Pops now.
A lot of young golfers coming up in the Gloucester County course. Doug Beechler's son, A.J. Beechler, I've written about him a number of times. He's probably as good a 6-year-old player as is in the United States right now. He's done some unbelievable things.
There is some really outstanding. We're talking about, Dan Ott and P.J. Ty and Ryan Cass and Billy Givens and some of the guys who have come through this year. Wait till about another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 years from now. If the kids continue to improve the way they are, we are going to have some outstanding golfers. Because these kids are, you're right, you're 6-year-olds that, I hate to say, play better than me.
Just marginally. I understand you're playing a tournament schedule now, Shawn. You played in the Greater Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce event yesterday and nearly won an automobile, which would have, had you won that, Shawn, you would have had to relinquish your amateur status.
Yeah, it would have had to disappear. But I would have taken the
taking the car and become a pro, right?
Yeah, I would have taken the car.
Bill Miller's got a brutal putt. He does not have to tap this ball very hard. Almost on the back of the green.
I'm like the Charles Barkley of Gloucester County golf. I'll continue to play, but I am horrible.
I hope you're better than Barkley.
Actually, I think I might be a little bit better than him.
Watch where he aims this putt. Look how far to the right he's aiming it. And look at it go. That is a fine, fine effort by Bill Milner.
Yeah, there's not much. That's when you pick about a 2-3 foot radius around that hole, Bob, and you just try to get it within that radius when you're that far off. And those are the little things about golf. Watching either Channel 5, because you want to start with Channel 5, but the Golf Channel also, Bob. I've been watching that a little bit, and they give you some nice tips about things and how you should putt, and you're standing behind as you putt, practicing that way instead of going to the side. A lot of different things, and I really like that one. We just pick the 2-3 foot radius and don't think of anything, and that seems to work a lot better. And if you're thinking about draining a 15 to 20 footer, it's tough to do that.
Tim Sosa. Cross-handed putter.
Huh.
That's missing. He birdied it first time. Almost had back-to-back birdies on this difficult 18th hole.
Yeah, that'd be quite the achievement.
And let's see if the defending champion can finish with a birdie. Try to get a chance to talk to Joe after he completes his round.
He's in pretty good shape too, isn't he?
Well, I'll say.
He crushes the ball off the tee.
Great finish for Russo.
Nice birdie.
Champion's finish. Birdie's the 18th hole. First birdie we've seen. Or second birdie we've seen. Nice job by Joe, who should be in a good frame of mind for our interview.
Yeah. Oh.
3-putter by Bill Milner, though. We're watching the finals of the Gloucester County Amateur from Woodbury Country Club. When we come back, we'll talk to the defending champion, Joe Russo. Bob Shryock at the 18th green with Joe Russo, the defending champion of this tournament, his son, Joe Russo. Joe, congratulations on another good round today on even par 70, but I know you wanted a better one yesterday.
Yeah, not to make excuses, I was on midnights this week, so I had been up for 24 straight hours when I played yesterday, so my swing quite didn't have it. My patience was pretty thin. I let a couple of things get to me, and I got what I deserved, 7 over par. That's not going to get you in it with these guys here.
Well, like a true champion, you came back with a nice round today and a good finish with that birdie on 18.
Yeah, I actually thought that, with the wind blowing a little bit today, if I could, shoot maybe 65, 66, 67, get back in it and give somebody a scare. But I kind of just played around, and then I just birdied the last 2 holes and got back in a little bit.
You're the 2005 champion. Might we have the 2015 champion right here?
I'd be willing to bet on that. His game's phenomenal for his age. In fact, I tell my wife when I play golf with him, I watch his swing to try to make mine better. His swing is excellent.
Joe, what have you learned from your dad about the game of golf?
A lot.
Like what?
I don't know, his swing, how he putts and everything.
Is your swing like your dad's swing?
He says it's better.
So he can move the ball pretty good, can he, Joe?
Absolutely, yeah. He'll be 10 years old the 24th, and he probably averages 175, 180 off the tee, which is pretty good for a kid his age and size.
Joe, the field for this tournament, it seems to me, this keeps getting better every year. A lot of good young players coming in, but a lot of guys we never heard of. Competition keeps getting keener and keener.
Absolutely. I think the guys just, guys like to compete. And, if they're going to play with the group of guys that play here, you have to get better. And it's good to see the younger guys are coming out. I would actually like to see the tournament moved up another month so that some of the good college kids can play that don't get to play because they're gone by now.
Well, Joe, thank you very much. You're a great champion and a great round today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Shawn, back to you.
Thanks, Bob. We have the next group coming off the 18th tee. Always good to see the Russo, both father and son, 2 excellent golfers for their age groups. I know young Joey, and I've seen him play. He's such a cute kid. He always talks about how he has more trophies than his dad, and that's no lie. I mean, that kid he's a talent, and he's also going to break some hearts with those looks. There's some guys that are maybe broke some limbs over there, tree limbs, because they're way deep into the trees. That happens to all of us. That's what I'm saying when you play a course. And you see somebody who kind of looks like you don't really laugh at him, but you're saying, I know how that feels. I know that feeling of going way off the tee. Right now, we're trying to find the ball, and it's probably going to take a little while to find that one. That one was a big time errant shot that went to the right.
Well, some interesting news from out on the course, Shawn, from Steve Cisowski, the former director of this tournament. One of those high school kids you're talking about, Ryan Cass, is 2 under today and is within 2 shots of the lead. The lead is shared by the first day leaders, Bob Cisowski and Bill Gibbons, both of whom were 2 over today. So they have a 2-shot lead on Cass, and so the youngster might sneak in there despite his 76 yesterday, Shawn.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, or what you were talking about with Joe, is he was hoping to get a good round together. And especially for a young guy to compose himself and not try and do a little too much. Because sometimes when you're behind, you try to make up some shots. You think, all right, 76, I'm maybe 4 or 5 shots off the lead. If I can make a couple of shots, maybe we could do something here. And sometimes that's where you get the big scores, when guys are going for it too hard. And golf's a game where you really want to try to stay within yourself. When you have the chance and you want to take calculated risks, that's when you were going to do it, and Cass has probably done that.
The group coming up, Shawn, is Bob Holstein, Bill Krieger, and Bob Enders. Bob Holstein, of course, a former champion of this event in 1987. He won at the old Eagles Nest, which is now Maple Ridge. And Bob just always been one of my favorite guys in Gloucester County and one of my favorite players as well. Bill Krieger plays out of Wedgwood, has for many, many years. Bob Enders out of Running Deer, and Bob Holstein, who does not play much golf, says he plays just about anywhere.
I can't say that I blame him. Can't say that
Glenn
I blame
Foley.
him.
Why don't you go do the Glenn
Play
Foley
anywhere
interview?
also.
I'll man things here, and you take care of Glenn Foley, all right, Sean? Glenn Foley, he was in a group we didn't know he was in, so that's why we got a little bit confused. But he's with Shawn Leary now.
You on the air?
So we're waiting for the Holstein Krieger Enders group. But in the meantime, with Sean.
All right, we're here with 9:50 a.m. personality Glenn Foley, also the former quarterback of the New York Jets, South Jersey guy, and now a Gloucester County guy. Last year you came in fourth in this tournament. Didn't do so well today or this weekend, but still, how do you feel about this tournament and coming down here to the field?
Oh, it's a great tournament. Obviously, we got great weather. The greens at this place are unbelievable. If you miss the greens, it's an automatic bogey, if not a double bogey. So I had a bunch of those this week, but we have fun. I come out here with a bunch of my friends from Wedgwood, and we have a great time.
What about this hole? We're televising 18. That's a tough pin placement, isn't it?
Yeah, I was over on the I was on the second green almost. Coming in, I actually had a good shot in. I made par, but tough pin. All these pins are tough, and you can't miss them. If you're putting downhill, you're done. It's a little bit like playing at Pinehurst, or if you spin a ball, if the ball spins, it'll spin right off the green. Greens are firm and fast, so the guys at Woodbury did a great job, and the tournament's a great tournament. It's always one of the best of the year.
Now, with football coming up, let's get away from golf a little bit. You got to be pretty excited. This is your time. I know it's my time of year. I know it's got to be your time of year. What do you see for the Eagles' chances this year, and what do you see in the NFL?
I love the Eagles. Love their chances. They got a great defense. They're loaded on defensive and offensive line, the most important positions. Donovan McNabb's a cagey veteran. He's not going to mess up the games. He's going to be very productive. The wide receiver core for the Eagles is a big question, and it's going to dictate how well they do this year. So I'm looking forward to a great year. The NFC East is one of the toughest divisions in a long time. So we're going to have some good football here in the area.
Now, I know I've started listening to 950, and I'm a big fan of that. It's bringing actual sports talk back to the area. And I know a lot of people who are really into sports. If you haven't heard it, you really got to check into it. But this is a chance for you to give a little bit of plug, because really, if you're into sports, that's what you want to listen to, because you guys talk all kinds of sports, you talk about everything, and you're still having some fun with it.
We have a ton of fun, and that's the key. We try to entertain along with bringing the sports information to you guys. Right now it's great because the Phillies are in it. We're in there every morning. I'm in there 6 to 9 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday. Greg Henson and myself, we do the show, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We have a lot of laughs, and we're very informative too. I think I have a unique perspective on the game of football, especially. I played baseball. I was drafted in baseball, so I know baseball. I know football. I played some basketball, so I know I'm a typical jock, but I kind of know I got a pretty good feel for all the sports. We have a great time with it. It's a lot of fun. Check it out.
Plus, you're a South Jersey kid, so you know something about the area as well.
Absolutely. I know the heart of the Philadelphia fans. I know what it means. I know what the Eagles mean, the Phillies, Sixers, Flyers. I know what these teams mean to the fans. And, I grew up in this area. My dad had season tickets to the Eagles. So, it's great to be on the radio. It's great to do this. I enjoy getting up. I enjoy doing the sports talk. And, again, you got to check it out because we do have a lot of fun.
Well, you heard it from him, and I'm also going to tell you got to listen to it. It's a real good show. Glenn, thanks for joining us. Best luck next year.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll do better next year.
Back to you, Bob.
Shawn Leary and Glenn Foley. Great interview by Shawn. Glenn, of course, as Shawn indicates, a native South Jersey guy from Cherry Hill, and he's added a lot to this tournament the last couple of years. Very fine golfer. Obviously, a great all-around athlete. You heard him say beside the football background and the baseball, he played basketball as well. They're looking for a lost ball, so while they're trying to find it, this is going to take some time, it looks like. We'll take a time out from Woodbury Country Club. We'll be right back. The Holstein Krieger Enders group struggling here in 18 with a lost ball and with a ball just whacking into the trees, but these three golfers all shot 76 in their first rounds. And out on the course, Shawn, understand Gibbons and Cisowski both birdied 12. Oberparlaiter is right in the hunt along with Ryan Cass. So it's pretty clear we're going to have a new champion this year, perhaps from one of those four.
Not a good shot there.
That was Bob Enders with the shot. This is Krieger with his shot. Krieger with a great golf shot. That is a tremendous shot by Krieger. He hit the tree on his previous shot, Bill has played in this tournament virtually every year from Washington Township.
He's the best golfer out here. He's the best person out here.
Bill?
He also works on my teeth, so I want to make sure that
Yeah, you better be good
I
to
say
him.
everything nice about.
Yeah, if you say anything bad about him, you're liable to not want to go to the dentist next time.
No. That was a great shot.
Ender's taking off his hat to Krieger for that shot, too.
We've seen some good shots here on 18.
You know, I tell you what, you're
there
right.
hasn't been too many. There's not been too many bad ones. Now I know Krieger had some problems though. He hit a tree limb coming in on his approach. That was his third shot. So I think he's putting for par there.
Yes. I guess they found Ender's ball. That's the ball they were looking for. Kind of flicks it out and didn't not get it to stop the way he wanted it to. It's rolling. That's going to be a very difficult putt.
He didn't shoot it up quick enough, and that got a tremendous amount of roll.
I don't know how you are out at sand traps, Sean, but I might be the worst sand trap player ever. That was always the #1 downfall of my game. Could not get out of sand.
I'm not good at it. I've improved with it, but it's very tough. Again, watching that Golf Channel, you get a lot of tips, and it's really improved. They're also going out and playing with people who know how to do certain things, and they give you a little bit of pointer if you were able to work at it. That's another way to become better. I know Danny. I recently went out with Dan Ott, and Dan gave me one tip, and I immediately came better with my irons. Immediately came better with my irons. And that's to say you were playing with somebody and they give you one tip or something, or one little, they see something with your game. He said, bring your hands down. And all of a sudden I'm starting to hit the ball a little straighter.
That's good, Sean. Pretty soon you'll be playing in this tournament, as I indicated earlier.
I'll be same spot I am right now.
And you can write about
right here with you.
You can write about yourself winning it. That'll be nice.
That's the best tip I have received from anybody. That's Steve Anishevsky, former chairman of this event. He said, "You want a tip? Play tennis."
Ooh, just slipping on the left side with about a 2.5 footer left.
It is a fun sport to play, and it's very addicting once you start playing. You hit that one good shot, Bob, and that brings you back to the course.
And Bobby Holstein putting for birdie. If he played a lot of golf like most of these guys do, he'd still be one of the best players in the area. And he is a great player, but he just doesn't play enough.
And you see a lot of guys who are coming out, and especially, remember, they'll come out 3 or 4 times a week. You need to be good at this game. You need to get out 4 or 5 times a week and really work on the game, because otherwise everyone knows this. All of a sudden you'll be putting real well, and all of a sudden you're not putting well.
Oh, great putt
that was a great putt.
Holstein for a birdie. That's the 3rd birdie we've seen. Again, one of my favorite players. He's just one of the nicest guys I think I've ever known in my life, Sean, Bobby Holstein. Can't say enough good things about Bob.
It's an endorsement. I'm sure you've met a lot of good people in your day.
Yeah, he's up there. Cross-handed putting style by Krieger, Sean's dentist. Oh. Now you better be nice, Sean.
That was a good look. It was a good look.
Good
the
look.
hole must have
good
moved.
putt. The hole moved, right?
Yeah, there's no chance that he did anything wrong there. So I believe this is for bogey.
That was a great putt, wasn't it, Sean?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful mechanics. He's an intimidating dentist to start with. He's got the big goat, the bald head.
Yeah. Bob Enders completing his round.
I'll tell you what, he's got some athletic children as well. They are terrific swimmers. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Kriegers, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
They are outstanding swimmers. You'll be hearing a lot about them again this year. I know Mandy was terrific. Cassie, Billy this year. Those kids are going off to Texas and Florida to train. You know they're good.
Group coming up, Dale Kwok, Rick Gaydosh, and Ed Anton Jr. There's some familiar names. Anton, of course, has won this tournament 7 times. Dale Kwok is from New Zealand, has really made an impression as a top golfer in the area. And Rick Gaydosh, we know about Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
Done a little work for Channel 5 over the years. That's Rick hitting his approach shot on 18.
Oh.
I don't think he'll be happy with that one. And Anton, of course, his health trials and tribulations have been well chronicled. Ed is a heart bypass patient. Had bypass surgery in '94. He has been fighting cancer. He's got back problems, but he's still one of the best golfers in the area.
Yeah.
Just a terrific, terrific competitor. That's Ed. Been seeing a chiropractor amid all of his other problems, but never complains.
And that's tough to do. I mean, when you start having golf problems, especially in this sport, it's just going to mess with your swing. It's tough to deal with. That's right. It's been the least of his problems over the last years, the different health issues that he has.
Ed's wife, Peggy, of course, the golf coach at Washington Township High School. Great gal. Follows Ed all the time when he plays competitive golf.
I think we have 2 in the trap, right? Because Gaydosh went in there as well. I don't know. Gaydosh might actually might have even a tougher shot. I'm not sure if he went in the front of that trap.
Dale Kwok, of course, won the senior division of this tournament. New Zealander. Very good player. Wife's a very good player, too. Kwok, Gaydosh, and Anton all shot 76 in the first round. Behind them, the 2 high school players, Cass and Ty, with Dave Jordan. And Steve Aniszewski giving us the update from the course that this tournament is really getting tight.
Cass is 2 over at this point. 2 over with 2 to play. 2 over today. 4 over for. I'm 2 under today.
Cass is still 2 over. He's 2 under today, but he's 4 over for the tournament, and he's on 17, so he's not out of it.
But realistically, he probably needs 2 birdies, right, on 17 and 18 to give himself a legit shot.
You know, if you par 18 or 17, you're happy. If he can go 1 under in those 2 holes, he might have a shot. 17 is one of the hardest holes in South Jersey. And Anton with his trap shot, very good trap player. Didn't get it out.
He just came up on the top of it.
This is Rick Gaydosh. Rick very quietly, very, very good player. Don't hear a lot about Rick, but he is a very, very skilled player. Makes a good shot here. Has about a 5-footer left for par.
Even if he couldn't play golf, he's still got a great voice. Got one of the better voices in Gloucester County. Used for voiceovers on commercials, does a little work with us on Channel 5, and he can play golf. Got a shot there, nice little chip by Anton. Wasn't able to get it to fall. That's going to bring up Quack. And now Bob has our next interview.
Bob Holstein with me. Bob, hard to believe, been 20 years since you won the Gloucester County Amateur. You're still such a young guy.
I hear you. Actually, it's been 19. Next year will be my 20 years.
I exaggerated.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm still trying to get back into the winner's circle, Bob.
You remember that 87 win very well, Bob?
Just vaguely. You know, that's back when I used to have more hair and, you know, a little heavier, I guess.
Bob, Shawn and I were talking. I've always felt that if you were able to play more golf, you'd still be one of the elite players in the county. Not that you aren't one of the elite players, but you'd be right up there with these guys. You just don't play enough, do you?
I don't get to, you know, I'm pretty active work-wise, and I live on a golf course, so I do get a chip and putt and that kind of stuff, but to play, actually, not a whole lot. I was a member here for about 4 years, but that's been 4 or 5 years ago. So now it's just, I play when I can and enjoy it, and it's more of a social function anymore. But you're right. Tournaments like this, though, they really bring back that competitive thing. You know, I mean, all these guys I used to play with, they're all doing so well, and I get the itch every time I come out and see them. But it's always a great time to see them, and you know, it would be good to get back to it.
The level of competition, it seems to me, in this tournament just keeps getting better every year, Bob.
Oh, I'll tell you, the younger guys. Yesterday, I had the privilege of watching some of these kids hit it, and they're just bombing it. I can't believe they're not shooting real low. But I'm sure it's coming.
Equipment, Bob, or is it more than that?
Well, I think it's a combination. You know, I think they're stressing more athletics with it, and I think the guys are really flexible and they're starting younger. The equipment obviously is helping, but there's a lot of talent there too. I just like to see them hone in on their short games and putting. That's all they need to do, because I'm telling you, they're hitting the ball out of sight, and they ought to be showing a little more for South Jersey. You know, I mean, there's some good players down here, and I'm surprised they're not getting more national recognition. But they got to hone in on that short game and get them in the hole a little quicker. But there's certainly quality talent out there.
Bob, you've always been played well to the camera. Of course, nice to see you finish with a birdie.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's always a good one. That might be worth something with the boys back there. So
that's not an easy pin spot either.
No, that's a real difficult one. I was trying to keep it below the hole, and with it tucked in there like that, it was just a fortunate shot.
Bob, thanks so much for being with us, and congratulations on the great career you've had. And I still consider you one of the best guys in Gloucester County, Bob.
Well, I appreciate it, Bob, and I consider you one of my best friends. And hey,
thanks, Bob.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
See you now.
Shawn, back to you.
There we saw the threesome. Saw the threesome there with Quack, Gadosh, and Anton now finishing up. And we're going to head to break here on Comcast Channel 5. You're watching the 2006 Gloucester County Amateur Championship. We'll be back.
One of the many premier threesomes in the tournament today, Rick Gadosh shot 76 in the first round. And what today, Rick?
77.
77, nice round. And Anton, of course, our 7-time champion, came back with a 76. Struggled a little bit today, right, Ed?
Not a good day. Shot 80.
Okay, and Dale Kwok from New Zealand, our first New Zealand player in this tournament. Dale, how'd you play today?
Not very well, actually, Bob. I was a bit flat today after the last 2 days, but still enjoyed the company, enjoyed the course, and, you know, I'll keep on playing.
Of course, you won the senior tournament,
Yeah,
so congratulations on that.
Thanks very much. Nice to win something while I'm here, Bob.
And I know you've been struggling in recent years with your health problems, but you're still as competitive as ever, and great to see you out here, Ed.
Thanks. Had a good time today. I had to get off to a good start to catch the leaders, and when I didn't, just kind of, I guess, packed it in a little bit. But always fun, always fun.
You like the level of competition in this tournament, Dale?
Yeah, excellent, actually. No, there's some very good players here, and I played with a couple of good ones today, and, you know, they had some troubles like me, but Rick turned in a very good round, so I hope he gets somewhere.
And of course, Rick, you're a guy who I think plays well every year, but are kind of overlooked, I think, for whatever reason. But you really become one of the better players in the area, Rick.
Well, I don't know about that, but it was very relaxing today because on any weekend, the three of us could be playing together here at Woodbury. So that made it very, very enjoyable. It was almost just like a regular round for us. I mean, that's as simple as it is.
How do you account for Woodbury accumulating so many really good players?
Well, I just think that the golf course tends to lead you that direction. I mean, Wedgwood had a fine array of players also, In Woodbury, the greens are very, very small. I mean, yesterday, 3 Woodbury people, we qualified with a Jimmy Souza from Running Deer, and Jimmy said, I mean, he could see that we knew where to hit the ball in certain areas, and that it makes a difference, and it really does. And Charlie Clark does a great job. I mean, considering all the rain we had in the last 7 or 8 days, I mean, this golf course is in really, really good condition.
Thanks a lot, Brandon. Thanks, guys, for playing. We appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, Shawn, back to you. Thanks, guys.
All right, Bob. Got a couple. Our next group is up on the tee. I think this is Ryan Cass and PJ Ty. In fact, this is PJ Ty here. He's the young kid from Gloucester Catholic High School. I believe that he resides in the Kingsway district, Logan Township. That's yanked way left. That's going to be in some trouble in those trees, and he's going to have a very, very difficult approach shot. He's probably going to have to punch out there.
Only 4 groups to go. Cass with a 76 in his first round. Dave Jordan, who plays so well in the senior event every year and is a former champion, with the 75 along with PJ Ty. And kind of interesting to have them paired together in terms of the competitive nature of the tournament, Shawn. Good friends, obviously, Cass and Ty.
Well, this isn't good for Ryan Cass, because if he's hitting last here in this foursome coming up to 18, he probably didn't do extremely well on 17. There's a chance that he either bogeyed or for his sake, let's hope he parred. He's 1 stroke back of the leaders, which is Cisowski, also Givens, and Oberparlaiter. So you have 3 leaders right now, and I believe Palmer is Roberts. I'm sorry, Arnie Palmer's not in this.
Not playing, huh?
No, but Roberts is 2 back. So Cass.
Shawn, I think it's safe to say at this point that with 13 players to come in, you had 3 threesomes and a foursome, that we're going to crown a new champion in this tournament, because none of the players remaining to come in, the 13 we just talked about, have ever won this tournament. So we will have, in all likelihood, a new champion crowned this year. The top 5 players receive awards for their performance in this 36-hole event. And by the way, if there is a playoff, there would be a sudden death playoff that would start here on the 18th hole and go back from 9 to 18. So we'll have all the sudden death play.
That could happen, Bob. I was mistaken. Cass hit first, and the reason why he hit first is he birdied 17.
Wow.
So now he is in the lead at 2 over with, he also birdied 14. So now Cass is in the lead at 2 over Oberparlaiter, Cisowski, and Givens at 3 over, and Roberts at 5.
Oberparlaiter is 2 over.
Oberparlaiter, never mind. Scratch that. Oberparlaiter is 2 over along with Cass.
We're getting some information here from Steve Anashevsky, trying to sort this out.
Somebody's 2 over. Somebody is 2 over.
We know it's close. That's for sure.
We'll figure it out once they get up
it's
here.
Close. We know there's going to be a new champion. That much we know. Len Staskell is playing well in this event. 73 in his first round. He's in the next to the last group. But he had a bad first 9 today, which really hurt him, kind of knocked him out of the running. Chris Bevelheimer with a 73 in his first round and recently joined Woodbury Country Club. But Chris had a 40 in his first 9 today. Bob McCusker, not a name we usually hear about in South Jersey golf, but a good player nonetheless. Obviously, 73 in his first round and a 39 in his front 9 today. So we are now awaiting the Cass Jordan Ty threesome to come up 18. Shawn, your newspaper, I think, has done a great job with junior golf. And, of course, these 2 players, Cass and Ty, are very much a focal part of that coverage with their play at Gloucester Catholic High School.
Yeah, they had a terrific team this year. And Ty, Ty and Cass and Doherty they had a fantastic season.
Okay, we're going to take a break from Woodbury Country Club. We'll be back with more of the 26th Gloucester County Amateur. Shawn Leary and Bob Shryock at Woodbury Country Club, and that was PJ Ty from a very difficult spot on this 18th hole and did not hit a good shot. He's going to have a most difficult time getting up and down for par in this hole. This is Ryan Cass, who has had a great tournament.
Yeah, we thought he was a +2. He's actually a +6. He kind of fell apart there at 16 and 17, had a couple of bogeys. But he's at +6 now. But nonetheless, he's still having a pretty good round.
This is Dave Jordan.
It's going to be a tough putt.
Good shot nonetheless by Jordan from that position.
Yeah, it's in fact,
in the short grass.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough.
This is Ryan Cass, who apparently is even par today, 6 over yesterday. What a fine tournament this young player has had. But he's not going to like that one. So two of the premier high school players in the region, Ryan Cass and PJ Ty, in this threesome. This is threesome's left after this one.
These guys are having some fun out there. They have their buddies caddying for them, which it's kind of fun. I think one of them actually is Steve Doherty, one of the Gloucester Catholic players who played with these two guys.
Pretty sure now that it looks like that the champion could come out of the last group, Shawn, Lance Oberparlaiter, who's just had a terrific season in the Delaware Valley. He's won some major events this year.
Teamed up with Gibbons, right?
He's been a great player for a long time, but really seems to have found himself this year. I talked to him earlier today, and he said it's really been his best year overall. He's leading, we think, by a shot with Gibbons, the tournament chair, and Bob Cisowski, who plays out of Running Deer and Town and Country, a stroke behind, so they're obviously still very much in this tournament.
And Roberts is charging, right? He's just birdied 17, but he's still two shots back.
Brad Roberts, after a 75, birding 17, which has got to be one of the hardest par 4s in all of South Jersey.
And he was just able to get his drive into the fairway. So now he'll have a nice approach here at 18, try and get close for birdie.
This is Ty. This is a very difficult golf shot right here. Don't think he has a very good lie. Can't see the ball. If he gets his within 10 feet, he'll be real happy.
No.
In the trap, so now he faces getting up and down for bogey. And not an easy shot for Ryan Cass either.
If it wasn't a violation, I'd give you a read. I don't know if it would help.
Kind of joking around with each other, seeing which one would go first.
Oh, well.
Dave Jordan to the right of the screen. Definitely the elder statesman in this threesome. Dave, real good guy, real good player, former senior champion of this tournament, playing with two high school players. And this is a monster downhill putt facing Dave Jordan.
Yeah, that is a tough putt.
And he's got a tough one left too, but that ball's still rolling.
Great putt.
Difficult putt. That he would be real happy with a 2-putt from there, I'll guarantee you.
Yeah, absolutely. That is one tough putt, and here's another spot for PJ Ty. This will be his fourth shot.
Beats the hole out for a par. And you got a tough putt to save bogey. Cass has got a difficult shot as well. Good to see the high school players, the young players playing in this event.
And doing well. I mean,
more and more every year.
Cass right now, I think, sitting in 5th or 6th place. That's pretty good.
Very good shot by Cass. So some testing putts for this threesome. A spectacular day for this tournament. We've had great camera work today too. I tell you, we really have.
Got the A team out here today.
So possibility of a playoff for this championship event. I remember some great playoffs we had at the old Tall Pines with Leo Gluting and Mike Tash involved and Anton. We will go back to 18 if we do indeed have a sudden death playoff. Tough putt. They're all tough to this placement. And he's got a long one left. We have an opportunity, Shawn, to talk to these two young fellows when they're done.
Yeah, you're right. This is going to have a look at double bogey. That's not a guarantee. Cass, this would be for par, right? Sure,
yes.
He'd like to finish up strong. I don't know if he.
Nope.
Yeah.
Gives you putter a
Yeah,
good
he's
whack.
pretty upset with himself.
Yeah.
He's going to go +7 now. Finished up 3 straight bogeys. Not a way that he wanted to finish up, but
great tournament nonetheless for the young man. Absolutely. And this is great competition for these guys, Shawn. I mean, the high school season is one entity, but to play against these seasoned veterans in a championship tournament of this caliber is great experience for these kids.
Right. One of the things that they do is they go around and they're playing with other high school golfers. And I know during the course of the summer they're going around. They're probably playing with their parents or, you know, maybe somebody else. They're getting a chance to play with somebody older. But to play with this caliber, these caliber of golfers, and to maybe pick up on the way they play the game, the way they approach the game, I think it's probably a pretty good thing for these young kids to learn from.
So Jordan will at least 3-putt. He just nudged that ball, Shawn, and it rolled past.
There's been talk that the high school game will go actually to the fall season. I think that's a great idea because it gives the kids a chance to work on their game throughout the summer, and then they finish up in the fall.
Right.
I think that idea would.
It's a very excellent idea.
Yeah, I think it's a nice. I think it's a pretty good idea.
Boy, they're having trouble getting the ball in the hole, this group.
Yeah, you might have some baseball players or something that may now come out for the golf team. Might generate a little bit more numbers. There's a couple football players that every once in a while that do play golf. Bill Gibbons was a soccer player. He played for Gloucester as a golfer. Eric Fromm was a pretty good golfer a couple of years ago for Kingsway. In fact, he's over at Riverwinds right now.
The gallery enjoying the tournament today. That was Jordan finishing with a bogey 5, so nobody pars the hole in that group. Next threesome coming up, Ray Fuller, Rick Guerin, and Brad Roberts. Fuller and Guerin with 74s. Roberts was 75 in the first round.
Cass is 7 over. Leader, tie for leader in the clubhouse with Russo right now.
So Cass finishes the tournament 7 over. That's at 147, and becomes the leader in the clubhouse.
Tie with Russo. Shot 7 over.
He'll be tied with Russo. Russo finished
That's
up
right.
with the same number. So the two of them in the clubhouse as leaders, but
Yeah, Russo was
Fine.
77-70. That's right.
Roberts is 4.
not a bad out from there.
Guerin's in the red. Roberts in the stripe. This is Fuller. Guerin's in the blue. This is Fuller now.
Ray Fuller with his shot. Ray been a long time great player in this area. Has never won this tournament, but has been a top fiver a number of times. Pittman resident. Very deliberate player. Great doubles player with Ed Anton Jr. They won the Wildwood tournament. Better ball a couple of times.
This is Roberts. 4 over.
Brad Roberts is 4 over for the tournament, so he's still very much in it. This is Roberts. It's an important shot for Roberts. If he can get make birdie in this hole, he's still got a shot. Pulled that one a little bit, but he is putting. A little quick with that one, looked like. And Shawn Leary has an interview now. We're going to take a break from Woodbury Country Club. We'll go back with Shawn's interview right after this.
And welcome back to Comcast coverage of the Gloucester County Amateur Golf Championship. I'm joined by PJ Ty. PJ was the winner of the John Pritch tournament, right, during the spring. Also, he qualified for states. And 18 has not been a good hole for you this summer at all, right?
My last 2 tournaments, I played it 5 over. Lost by 1 in the club championship with a double bogey on the last hole, and here I just tripled. So it hasn't been good to me so far this year.
But the one thing about this is you're getting some pretty good experience, right? I mean, coming on, playing the club championship, playing in the finals, it gets you prepared, especially for the high school season, for you to come into some of them bigger tournaments and get ready to play against some of the better caliber high school students in the state, right?
Yeah, playing with guys like in the club championship with Eddie Anton and Dave Jordan today, seeing the way they play, they just get it around, and it's golf. They just get it up and down and make putts, and they're not knocking out there 300 yards. They're still shooting scores that are obviously lower than mine.
Now you're playing with Ryan. You play with Danny Ott from Woodstown. You guys are the face of high school golf right now. What do you see in high school golf? You see some younger players that are really playing well, and some of the kids. You think high school golf and golf from young players is on the incline and instead of the decline? I know the numbers aren't great, but still the caliber of play is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, if you get into like the top 10 or so players in Gloucester County, they can play with anybody around here. It's like, if you think about it, probably the top 10 in Gloucester County are probably 3 or 4 juniors. Like Ryan Cass and Danny Ott, obviously. Ryan shot 71 today. He played well. He can play anywhere with anybody.
Well, PJ, we want to wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
In high school. You got another big year coming up, and also you probably be playing against your friend Danny somewheres along the line. So we wish you the best of luck. And still, even though 18 wasn't good to you today, the thing about golf is you get another crack at it at some point.
Yeah, I'll be back at it tomorrow.
Back to you, Bob.
All right, Shawn, good interview with that young man, golfer from Gloucester Catholic High School. You just saw that shot by Brad Roberts. That was a great indication of how fast that ball is coming down on that green. He looked like he just tapped it. Looked like it was going to stop right by the hole, and it rolled 9 feet past. This is Rick Guerin from the front trap. This is not an easy shot. be happy to get this one within 5 or 6 feet. Good shot by Garen. So Fuller and Garen with 74s in the first round, Roberts with a 75, and Roberts with a good round today, so he's going to perhaps be a top fiver in this event. And Ray Fuller, that's Ray Fuller, he's just got a lot of game, Ray. He's been a great player for a long, long time in this area.
Yeah, we've seen his name. We put his name in the Gloucester County Times on a number of different occasions. He's a heck of a golfer, and that's nice to see that when you're talking with PJ Ty, he did mention that playing with guys like Dave Jordan really gives him a chance to see how he plays. And like he said, it's not about hitting the ball 300 yards. It's about hitting the ball straight, staying in the fairway, and then that short game. How important that short game is, being able to put yourself in the right position, staying within yourself, not getting ahead of yourself, and just playing the game where you're gonna keep your head. You're not gonna get yourself in too much trouble. And that's really important in this game, is to make sure that you have the game where you're playing it doesn't play you. And a lot of times, especially young golfers, will let the game play them. Some tough putts. We keep saying that, but we know I walked on that green, that 18th green, and that's some really tough putts when you're looking at the slope. You can see a little bit there. It's a good look from our camera angle. As you can see how that green slopes like that. Our camera's not tilted. It's not a tilted tripod. That's that green sloping down, and you got to play your ball in the angle to make sure that it gives it a chance to drop.
This is a right to left break for Garen on this putt. This is not an easy one, but none of them are.
Huh.
Just missing.
Oberparlaiter had a 5-foot birdie attempt. That's the last thing we know, on 16. So if he's able to cash that in, he would then have a 2-stroke lead in that final pairing.
Well, that would cap his year, Oberparlaiter, if he could win this. And he certainly is a proven outstanding player in the county, but has never won this event.
Oberparlaiter and Givens recently won a tournament in Delaware, a best ball tournament between the two of them.
At that Blue Hen tournament, they call it?
I believe down in Delaware, yeah.
And Roberts with a great putt.
That's a good score for him. That's terrific to see him. Yeah, the better you get, the more you shake your head. You say, why did I know I played well? If I would have just hit another 2 or 3 putts, then you think about where you could have been a little bit better. I know that from experience. When you play better, you actually get more frustrated, and you say, oh, right here is where I could have maybe saved myself 2 or 3 strokes.
Ford has tapped it and misses it on the right side by it. Now Garen with about a 2-footer. There's 2 more groups to come in, and champion may be in the final group of the day. Or we may have a playoff.
I'm going to say he drains this.
Good call, Shawn.
He was 2 feet away. I'm going to call one a little later. I think one of the guys in one of the final groups is going to drop a long one.
I would like to see a playoff, Shawn. That's always one of the most exciting events in sports, is a playoff in golf.
I'm going to say there's no playoff today, Bob. I'm going to say Oberparlaiter holds on.
He's going to drop a par putt here to win it. To hold for the lead. That's my call.
Lenny Stasko with a shot on 18. He shot 73 in the first round. Real good player.
Steady Lenny Stasko now.
But he's in the trap.
Hey, how you doing? Nothing in this group. Lance, I think Lance had a 5-foot birdie putt on 16.
There's Bob McCusker. Also with a 73 in the first round.
He's in the lead by maybe one.
Well, that's great camera work. And a good shot by McCusker.
That's our own Fred Buchter.
Doing a great job, Mindy.
Oh, man.
Golf's not an easy sport to shoot.
No,
I
it
don't
isn't.
think anybody in this group's doing it.
Fred is the truth.
Hello. Hello.
And Chris Biebelheimer, 73 in the first round. Chris used to play out of the Sacama in Salem County. Now a member at Woodbury Country Club. Long hitter. Solid all-around game. But catches the trap. I don't want to make you grab your club, Shawn, and get out there and compete with these guys.
These guys now. These guys are crew, maybe.
I understand you almost won a car in a tournament yesterday. We would have sacrificed your amateur status if you had accepted that, you know.
I was close, man. I was close, Bob. I was feeling real good. One of them where you're looking at it, you're saying, this has a chance. I've never had a hole-in-one. I've come close twice now.
I played 63 years and I've never had one.
Some guys, they get them, you know, like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Those are the good ones. Those are pretty good players.
Next to the last group of the day, Stasko, Biebelheimer, and McCusker, with Gibbons, Cisowski, Oberparlaiter, and Charlesworth in the final group.
We were spoiled with those first couple of groups. They came up here and they were able to pretty much all get on. Now we're seeing how hard it is. Guys are coming up a little short. Maybe getting a little bit tight too, as they know a couple of these guys are not far off on the lead.
I like that putter, huh?
It's got a little protection on there.
Chris Biebelheimer with the shot. Good all-around game, Chris. Flicks it out, not bad. He's going to have a tough putt. About a 10-footer left for par, maybe a little less than that.
Nobody in this group's close. Nobody's close in this group. Oberparlaiter birding 16, take a 2-shot lead.
2-shot lead for Oberparlaiter, according to Steve Anashevsky. Lance birding the 16th hole. Tough hole to birdie. Stasko.
And what that does really, Bob, it really helps him out too, because 17's a tough hole to birdie. So, I mean, realistically, you're thinking that it's going to be very tough for any of those guys to come back, and if Oberparlaiter just
they're all
stays
delighted.
within himself. And
anybody's delighted to
at least
par 17. I'm sure Stasko would have liked to have been there today. 73, real good score for him in the first round. Biebelheimer as well. A lot of pressure in that second round. Some of the spectators watching the action on the 18th hole.
This is good stuff. He's got a 2-shot lead with the girls. Well, yeah, they're on 17. Yeah, there they are. Yeah. Oberparlaiter. Over something.
Bob McCusker with a putt.
Good athlete. Did you go on yet? No.
That's a great putt. 2 putt on this hole is good. Tap in by McCusker. Good tournament for Bob.
Well, there's going to be a good break between
Them and
these.
the last.
Yeah, you got a hole.
Biebelheimer tough up and down here. This will be a right to left break. How did that stay out? Great putt by Biebelheimer. Can't believe it stayed out. Stocking the ball now. That was a great putt by Chris.
I know. It also adds to the game. He's fun to play with.
I never actually played with.
And Len Staskell trying to knock this one off the green for a par. This hole taking its toll on the golfers. Not a couple birdies, a lot of bogeys, couple double bogeys.
Probably 10 years. 10 pounds a year.
And he lifts it out. So he needs that for a bogey.
Yeah, he makes a bogey. He can't believe it.
Staskell knocks it in for a bogey 5, and that'll do it for the Staskell, Biebelheimer, McCusker group. We'll take time out. Still a long way to go for the last group to come in. Champion probably will be crowned out of that foursome. We'll take a break from Woodbury Country Club and be right back after this.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm not in control, but I'm in.
We got to get there. He got to say to bring up and down on 17 from next to the fence, and Lance hit the bump and then bogey. So right now, what's Cisowski doing?
Shawn, you're up.
He's also one back. Cisowski's one back.
And we're back here at the Gloucester County Amateur. We're getting all the scores, all the updates.
That's Bobby Cisowski.
Right now, Oberparlaiter is got a 1-stroke lead. That's Cisowski's tee shot. He's going to have a nice look coming in. Cisowski, one back along with Givens. Givens made a nice up and down on 17, so now he's 1 stroke, and Oberparlaiter bogeyed.
This is Oberparlaiter now.
This is Oberparlaiter's tee shot. Pretty important tee shots, Bob.
Well, that is a difficult tee shot out of that chute, Sean. You've done that, haven't you? Played here? Very, very difficult shot. That's Lance.
That's going to go down the left side of the fairway. Yeah, nice shot by him.
Okay, so Oberparlaiter is protecting a 1-shot lead over Gibbons and Cisowski, who shared the first-round lead with 70s.
Now he's going to have the last shot out of these 3. He's the closest to the pin right now, so he's going to have that final shot. He's going to see what Givens. He's going to see what Givens and also what Cisowski.
That's a group of 4.
Both of them.
Yeah. Okay. There was a big break.
Do it on their approach.
Right. Yeah.
So it's going to be real interesting as these guys walk up. Going to be real interesting as these guys walk up to see how this plays out. Again, Oberparlaiter just a stroke behind, or a stroke in front of Cisowski, and also Billy Gibbons. Got all this information from one young Dan Ott. Dan, a member here at Woodbury and also one of the fine young players. And Bob, over to you. You have our sponsor of this event.
Yes, we do. We have Paul Allenby, who is the title sponsor for this event, Allenby Properties. And nice thing you're doing, Paul, but you've been a great supporter of this tournament for many years, so I'm not surprised you're involved at this level.
Oh, thank you, Bob. I've been a member here for 23 years, and when the opportunity came up to sponsor the tournament, I said yes right away. It was a no-brainer.
I know you always wanted to be playing in the last group in this tournament. Haven't quite made it yet, but you're a pretty good player in your own right.
Yeah, but this tournament hasn't been real good to me. This place is showing some teeth today. The scores are higher than everybody expected, and the greens are very fast, and the rough's a little thicker. And this place doesn't get the credit for how tough it really is sometimes.
We've got to bring up a date when you were on Channel 5 not too many years ago. Paul, tell us about that.
June 15th, 1986, Princeton University. Had a couple bad plays. They had to take me out. Jim Mulhern came in, got the final out. We won the state championship. 3 months later, I'm on the same mound against Princeton's varsity, and I got him out. I'm like, why couldn't I have done this, in June? But that's all kinds of games, baseball, golf, all of them. But I had a good college career, and after I got done with that, I got into golf and been serious about it. And this is like a real good adjunct to playing, being able to get involved in sponsorship.
Well, thanks for being on, Paul, and thanks for being part of the tournament.
You're welcome, Bob.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
All right, Bob, you'll come over and join me in a second, but this is what it's going to come down to. Again, Oberparlaiter with a one-stroke lead. All three of the leaders are somewhere's in the fairway. I think Cisowski is going to have the first shot. That might have been that might have been Norm Charlesworth. Oh, that was Cisowski. That was Cisowski who just hit that one short. So now Charlesworth is actually the one that was behind there. Will be coming up to his ball.
Well, I tell you, Lance hit a big drive.
Yeah, Lance Oberparlaiter, he had a huge drive. That might have been the longest drive so far of the day we've seen here on 18. He came out of that chute pretty strong. He's probably a little bit juiced up for his final 18. He has a chance to win here. Pretty aggressive swing. Comes out, knocks it down the left side of the fairway, and we'll have a nice look. First, we'll have Charlesworth. Charlesworth not in the running right now, but he still would like to knock one close, get a good look on Channel 5. Show off some of his skills. He goes a little deep there. It's going to be a tough putt.
Yeah, Charlesworth played out of Woodbury previously, also Little Mill right now. He's been a good player for a long time, too. This is Oberparlaiter.
This is Gibbons here.
Billy Gibbons, the tournament director. This is a very important shot.
Not a good shot. Not a good shot at all. He knows it. So Gibbons and Cisowski, both of them are in the bunkers, and that
all he has to do
really sits up for. All right, Oberparlaiter now.
Put it on the green.
Just go right to the middle of the green. You're not thinking.
Yep.
You're not thinking. Don't get cute with it. To get a nice shot into the green, work from it from right there. But both of them guys, being one stroke down in the bunker, they needed to have good shots. Cisowski's drive was off.
This is one of the most important shots of Lance's career. I know how much he wants to win this tournament. He's won so many other ones. This is a big shot for him right here. Get it on the green. That's what he wants to do. And that's exactly what he did. Good call,
nice
Shawn.
Shot.
He's in great shape. 2 putts, and he's probably going to win it, unless somebody can do something heroic out of traps. But Lance in great shape to win his first championship. Longtime player out of Wedgwood.
Yeah, how about this? Lance Oberparlaiter has a real good shot. Win his first tournament. I already said that we were going to have a new champion Russo winning it last year. Took him a while to finally win it, but he was able to get the hardware. Now, Oberparlaiter with a great shot to win his first championship. This is kind of like bragging rights. All these guys come from different areas. You know, they're coming from either Wedgwood Country Club. Some of them, a lot of them actually play here at Woodbury Country Club. Some of them play down in Salem County, and just to have that bragging rights, you know, this means a lot for these guys.
Gibbons needs to hold this shot, Shawn. Good try. Good try by Gibbons. Good try. Ball still rolling, but that's an excellent effort by Gibbons.
It was a nice effort.
Now Cisowski facing the same challenge. He really has to hold this if he has any hope at all.
He's got a tough one. He's running up right against the bunker. He's going to have to get it up in a hurry. It's what you're going to have to do anyway.
Oh! Good shot. Good shot by Cisowski.
Yeah,
now they're both putting for fours. So all Oberparlaiter has to do now is 2-putt to win the tournament, Shawn. And he's got that downhill putt to worry about. Remember, this ball just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. So it's not an easy, it's not in the bag yet for Lance.
Remember what I said earlier about that 2-3 foot radius? That's all you want to think about here. You just want to get it down in between 1 or 2 feet. Just get it as close as you can. Yeah, of course, you'd love to drain it and walk off feeling real strong, but most important thing is you don't want to tense up a little too much, run it down past the hole and off the green, then you're in big trouble.
This is Norm Charlesworth.
He's done that pretty good. Curving back around, but
that ball just rolls forever, doesn't it? That's Lance's caddy looking over this putt. Lance knows what he has to do. He's been here before. He's tournament tested veteran, played this tournament many, many times, been very close before, has never won it, but all he has to do now is 2-putt to win the championship.
I still think he has the greatest name in golf for local, over par.
That's right. What he does not want to do is roll this ball too fast and roll 6 or 7 feet past the putt to win the tournament. He doesn't want to do that.
No.
So he'll be very happy to get this within a foot.
Right, and that's what you're just looking at here. You just want to bend it a little bit outside that hole. Just get within, get within a foot.
Look at the break. Look at the break on this
That's a
putt.
good stroke. It's going to move down a little bit.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, it's not going to get there, but that's still good.
That's exactly what he wanted to do. He'll mark it, I believe. I don't think he wants to hurry this. Of course, Gibbons and Cisowski, one of them or both of them have to make this putt to force Oberparlaiter to make his.
Right, and that's what they do. I mean, if you're able to sink it, you're going to put a little pressure on him. It's going to make him think about it a little bit. You can see right now he's pacing around. He's still nervous about it, doesn't want to think about it.
Of course, they're playing for second place, too. There's a beautiful prize for second place. Gibbons. Great putt by Gibbons. Oh, he just misses in front. He can't believe it. Billy did a great job running the tournament this year and managed to contend for the lead for all 36 holes. So he had a great tournament in a lot of ways. Now Cisowski makes his putt. Well, Charlesworth will putt out first. Putt by Norm.
So he puts a little pressure on Oberparlaiter.
Now Cisowski makes this, he's going to force Lance to make his putt. Also Cisowski he's putting for second place in reality. And he gets it. So he finishes second.
Well, he finishes. I mean, Oberparlaiter has to sink this now, right?
Lance has to sink this to win, but Cisowski has clinched no worse than second place. Lance wins it. Lance Oberparlaiter, longtime outstanding player in Gloucester County, capping his big season in the Delaware Valley by winning the 26th Gloucester County Amateur. We'll be back with some interviews and the presentation of the awards after this. Capping a terrific 2006 season, Lance Oberparlaiter is a champion of the 2006 Gloucester County Amateur Golf Tournament. Paul Allenby is with us. He is the title sponsor of the event, and he has some presentations at this time. Paul?
Thanks, Bob. Gives me a great pleasure to announce the people that have done well in this tournament. Starting with number 5, we have a tie with Ryan Cass and Joseph Russo. Come on over here, guys. You guys get shake my hand, and good playing, Ryan. Very good, Joe. Thanks a lot. Good playing this weekend. We also, I'm sorry, and Norm Charles were tied for 5th as well. Good playing, Norm. Thanks a lot. And in a tie for 3rd, we had Brad Roberts and the organizer of this tournament, Bill Givens. Way to go. Good playing. Good playing, really. Congratulations. Congratulations, Brad. And in 2nd place, we had Bob Cisowski. Had a nice round today and throughout the weekend. Good playing. Way to go. And it gives me great pleasure to announce our 2006 Gloucester County Amateur Champion, Lance Oberparlaiter. Well done, man. Congratulations. And with that, I'm going to give it back to Bob Shryock so he can continue tonight's festivities. See
Okay,
ya.
Paul, thanks very much, and thanks for being the sponsor. Bill, come on in, please. Bill Gibbons. Bill, somebody told me one time you're not supposed to win your own tournament, but you almost did.
You know what? I was actually having some goofy thoughts there in the middle of the 18th fairway, thinking that if I were to win this thing, it probably would have been the last year we had it, because it probably would have taken away the integrity of the tournament, because I'm nowhere near the best player in the county. That distinction goes to Lance this year and Joe Russo and the Mike Tashes of the world. And I think it actually helped me because I had so many distractions trying to run the tournament. I had my buddy Connor Goodrich caddying for me. We were just out there having fun, but I did feel it on the last hole. I started thinking, okay, if I make this or make birdie, and well, you saw the result. It was a very poor shot, but
You tried to hold it out there, didn't you?
yeah. And I'm tired. It's been a long time since we were talking. Lance and I were talking at. He used to play college football for Fresno State, and he was used to being in front of 80,000 people playing football. He said, "Let me tell you something. This is harder," and I think he's right.
Bill, you did a great job.
Thank you, Bob.
Congratulations.
Bob, thank you.
Bill Gibbons. Bob, come on. Bob Sikowski. Bob, congratulations on your 2nd place win.
Thank you.
You topped some great competition today, Bob.
Well, I'll tell you, these guys are tough. I'm a little older than most of these guys, and maybe stayed out a little bit too late, but that's no excuse. I was running on fumes coming down the stretch, but I figured with me and Billy talking, we had a chance to catch Lance, and he never goofed up. He's solid. He putts very, very well, and he just was steady all day. He wouldn't let up. He was throwing in the birdies on the back 9, and hey, we did the best we could.
You always want to see a golf tournament come down to the last hole, and this one did.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
There was 3 of us right there in the hunt, and I said, Billy, when he knocked it long on the green here, I said, whoa, whoa. And I looked at my bunker shot, and I'm thinking, heck, this is maybe makeable. And, well, I got it where I wanted to, but he hit his putt so good. I said, hey, took the mystery out of our putts, Billy and mine.
Bob, you had a great tournament. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, Lance, come on in. Lance. And here's our champion of the 2006 tournament, Lance Oberparlaiter. Lance, congratulations. I know you've been aiming to win this for a long time, Lance.
Yeah, this has been the one that I guess I can honestly say I wanted this one more than the other ones for sure. For some, this is the one I've been playing in the longest since about '92. And it was funny. I said to somebody, I think I've got a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th in them years. So this is the one I wanted.
Lance, you've had a terrific season. Anything turn your game around this year?
I got a great teacher. Bill Kennedy is my teacher and has been working very hard with me almost daily. And we've really been getting after it, and the hard work is paying off. No doubt.
You like a high level of competition. Obviously, that helps you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like being in the heat. Yeah, it's nice to get in the heat.
That's old Fresno State football, right?
Yeah, really. I guess it goes back to that. Yeah, it does. Yeah, me and Billy Givens were talking about it today, and yeah, feels good being in the heat.
Tell us about that last putt. We were trying to describe. You obviously just wanted to cozy it up there. You weren't thinking about making it so much as you were getting it close, right?
No, just 2 putts for the win. I knew I needed 2 putts to win, and trying to just, like I say, if it went in, just fall in the front and relatively close if it didn't go in, and that's what happened.
That is a tough driving hole. I've always felt the 18th hole here out of the chute. You really bombed it, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually hit a cut out of there. I tried to hit it the other way the other day and didn't end up so good. But so we went to the right side of the tee box and hit a cut into it, and that's really the way the whole shape to be played anyway, and worked out good today.
Lance, congratulations on a great tournament.
Thank you.
Okay, Lance Oberparlaiter, the champion of the 2006 Gloucester County Amateur. For Shawn Leary, this is Bob Shryock from Woodbury Country Club. Thanks for watching on Channel 5.